Yeah, what'll happen in court is that you'll get a summons. The summons will say clearly what date you're to be in court and what time. Everyone now has a specific time, whether it's 10:30 or 11:30, 12:30, 2 o'clock, whatever it is. So there'll be a date and there'll be a time. It'll include the name of the guard who arrested you and what the allegation is, excess alcohol in your blood, breath, or urine. And then when you get that, you really should contact a solicitor because, the consequence of drink driving is a disqualification. And if you come into court without a solicitor, the judge will almost certainly ask you whether you want to get one, and it will, in most cases, advise you to get one because they're doing that in your best interests. Well, if you're stopped by the guards, there's one of two ways of stopping you. Whether it could be a mandatory intoxilizer checkpoint where they're mandated to be at that place at that time, at that particular date, to carry out the saliva samples or breath tests, and if that is the case, they're entitled to be there. If they demand from you a sample of your saliva at one of these mandatory checkpoints, you must give it. If you don't, you're breaking the law. That's one way of looking at it. The other way of looking at it is where you're stopped after they observe you driving, and that's a different situation entirely. I think it would depend as to what your job is. I think that there's no hard and fast rule, and a lot of it depends on your contract of employment. If your contract of employment specifically states that if you're arrested for drink driving, you could be dismissed, then that's a difficulty. But it depends generally on your job. If you were a member of An Garda Síochána and you were arrested for drink driving and convicted, it could be something that you could be dismissed for, yeah.